higher. If you're thinking about claiming Social Security at age 62, there's one mistake you need to avoid before you make that decision, because every year, millions of Americans become eligible to claim their retirement benefits, and many of them make the same choice, higher. They file as soon as they possibly can. For some people, that decision works out just fine, but for others, it's a decision they later wish they had understood more completely. Not because someone gave them bad advice, higher, but because they never knew all the trade-offs before filing. Today, I'm going to explain what really happens when you claim Social Security at 62, why so many people choose that age, the biggest misunderstanding surrounding early retirement benefits, higher, and the questions you should ask yourself before submitting your application. Because once you start your retirement benefit, that decision can affect the amount you receive for the rest of your life. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Higher. Every week we explain Social Security and Medicare topics in plain English using reliable information, helping retirees understand their benefits without confusing government language. Now let's get started. Age 62 has always attracted attention. Why? Higher. Because it's the earliest age many people can begin receiving Social Security retirement benefits. For someone who's worked for decades, reaching that birthday can feel like finally crossing the finish line. After years of paying into the system, higher, many people naturally ask one question: why wait? And on the surface, that seems reasonable. If you're eligible to receive benefits, why not start collecting them immediately? Here's where things become more complicated. Higher. Claiming at 62 doesn't simply mean you receive your money earlier. It also generally means accepting a permanently reduced monthly benefit compared with waiting until your full retirement age. Higher. And if you delay even longer, up to age 70, your monthly benefit can continue to increase through delayed retirement credits. That's the part many people don't fully understand. The decision isn't simply about when you get paid. Higher. It's about how much you'll receive every single month for years to come. Imagine two retirees. Both work similar careers. Both earn similar wages. The only major difference is when they decided to claim Social Security, one claimed as soon as they turned 62. Higher. The other waited until reaching full retirement age. Their monthly checks won't be the same. And if someone delays beyond full retirement age until age 70, their monthly benefit can be even higher because of delayed retirement credits. That naturally leads to another question. Higher. If waiting can increase your monthly benefit, why do so many people still claim at 62? The answer isn't always financial. Some people retire earlier than expected, others have health concerns, some lose their jobs. Higher. Others simply need income immediately because they don't have enough savings to wait. For those individuals, claiming early may be the practical choice, but here's the mistake many retirees make. They assume that because they can claim at 62, higher, they automatically should. Those are two completely different questions. Eligibility doesn't always mean it's the best financial decision for your personal situation. Another important factor is life expectancy. None of us knows exactly how long we'll live. Higher. Someone who expects to live well into their 80s or 90s may receive significantly more total lifetime benefits by waiting longer. On the other hand, someone facing serious health challenges may reasonably reach a different conclusion. Higher. That's why there isn't one correct claiming age for everyone. The right decision depends on your circumstances. And that's exactly why this topic creates so much confusion. Friends give advice. Family members share what they did. Social media is full of opinions. Higher. But your retirement decision should be based on your own finances, your health, your work plans, and your long-term goals, not someone else's experience. Here's another point many people overlook. Higher. If you're still working while receiving Social Security before reaching your full retirement age, your benefits may be temporarily reduced if your earnings exceed the annual earnings limit. This is often misunderstood as losing benefits. Higher. Even though those withheld benefits can later be reflected in future benefit calculations once you reach full retirement age. Every year, retirees are surprised when they see a smaller payment than expected, not because Social Security made a mistake, higher, but because they didn't understand how the earnings rules work before filing. That's why asking the right questions before claiming is far more valuable than trying to fix surprises afterward. Before you decide to file at 62, ask yourself these questions. Higher. Do I actually need the income right now? Am I planning to continue working? How important is maximizing my monthly benefit later in retirement? Could waiting improve my long-term financial security? Those questions don't give everyone the same answer, higher, but they help you make a more informed decision. And there's one more factor that many couples overlook completely. Your claiming decision may affect more than just your own retirement income. In some situations, it can also influence survivor benefits for a spouse, higher. That's one of the least understood parts of Social Security planning. And in the next section, We'll explain how claiming at 62 can affect married couples, the biggest myths about waiting until 67 or 70 higher, and the simple decision framework financial planners often use before recommending a claiming age. Let's start with one of the biggest myths. Many people believe waiting until age 67 or even 70 is always the smartest financial decision. That's simply not true. Higher. Waiting can increase your monthly benefit, but that doesn't automatically make it the right choice for everyone. Your health, your savings, whether you're still working, your spouse's financial situation, and your retirement goals all matter. Higher. That's why there isn't one claiming age that fits every retiree. Instead, there are better questions to ask. For example, do you have enough savings to comfortably delay claiming? If the answer is yes, waiting may allow your monthly benefit to grow higher. But if claiming later means draining your retirement savings or taking on debt just to make ends meet, the higher future benefit may not be worth the financial strain today. Now let's talk about married couples. Higher. This is another area where many people unknowingly make costly decisions. For some couples, the higher earning spouse's claiming decision can affect the amount a surviving spouse may eventually receive. That means this isn't always just an individual decision. Higher. It can become a family decision. That's one reason many financial professionals encourage couples to look at their retirement strategy together instead of making separate decisions. Here's another common misunderstanding. Some retirees believe that once they claim early, higher, there's no way to change anything. That's not entirely accurate. Under certain circumstances, the Social Security Administration allows someone who recently claimed retirement benefits to withdraw their application, but only if they meet specific requirements, higher, repay the benefits they've already received, and do so within the allowed time period. After that window closes, your options become much more limited. That's why planning before you file is so important. It's much easier to avoid a mistake than to fix one later. Higher. Another question we hear all the time is, what if I keep working after I claim? If you're younger than your full retirement age and continue working, your Social Security benefits may be temporarily reduced if your earnings exceed the annual earnings limit. Higher. That surprises many retirees. They expected to receive their full monthly benefit while continuing to work. Instead, they discover the earnings rules after they've already filed. Higher. The important thing to remember is that this doesn't necessarily mean those benefits are permanently lost. Once you reach your full retirement age, Social Security recalculates your benefit to account for months in which benefits were withheld because of the earnings limit. Higher. Understanding that distinction can prevent a lot of unnecessary worry, so how should you approach this decision? Keep it simple, start with 4 questions. First, do I truly need the income today? Second, how long do I realistically expect to continue working? Third, higher. If I wait, will the higher monthly benefit make a meaningful difference to my long-term retirement plans? And finally, how could my decision affect my spouse or surviving family members? Those 4 questions won't give everyone the same answer, higher, but they will help you focus on the factors that actually matter, not on internet rumors, not on what your neighbor decided, and not on emotional pressure to claim as soon as you're eligible. Let's quickly review today's key takeaways. First, higher. Age 62 is the earliest age many people can begin receiving Social Security retirement benefits, but starting early generally means accepting a permanently lower monthly benefit than if you wait until your full retirement age. Second, higher. Waiting longer can increase your monthly benefit, but it isn't automatically the best choice for everyone. Your health, your savings, your work plans, and your family's financial situation should all be part of the decision. Third, higher. If you're planning to keep working before reaching your full retirement age, make sure you understand how the earnings limit could affect your payments. And finally, don't let anyone convince you that there's one perfect claiming age. Higher. The best decision is the one that's based on your personal circumstances, not someone else's. If this video helped you better understand your options, subscribe for more easy-to-understand Social Security and Medicare updates every week. Our goal is simple, higher, to explain complicated benefit rules in plain English so you can make informed decisions with confidence. Now we'd like to hear from you. Are you planning to claim Social Security at age 62? Or are you thinking about waiting? Tell us why in the comments below. Higher. Your experience could help another retiree who's trying to make the same important decision. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.